Good afternoon and welcome back to another video. It's been a little while since I've come out with that line. So today's video, I want to talk about why 2025 could possibly be the best time to go out and buy yourself a Surron or Talaria or any other kind of high-powered e-bikes really. I've just noticed my helmet is undone. Stuck in traffic, let's get this done up. So yeah, why now? Why is now the best time to go ahead and buy yourself a bike like the Surron? And this is all to do with Mr. Trump putting these rates and levies on these other countries. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, South Coast Surron's getting political. Oh, I'm not. I hate politics. But it does raise a really interesting factor on actually what's going to happen to the e-bikes, to the prices, to components and stuff like that. And I've been kind of thinking about it in the back of my mind, and something that kind of spurred me on to make the video was one of Sur Ron's posts. And I found it really, really interesting because he basically come out and said that the bikes that he had in stock were going to sell out almost immediately. And I guess that's because they were already in the country. Let's be nice and let this person out, shall we? The bikes were probably already in the country, so duty and stamp and everything had been paid on it. And I guess anything going forward is just going to have that huge levy put onto them. So I'm guessing the price of bikes in America is really going to start to rocket now. Now, obviously I'm in the UK, so I'm not going to talk about American politics and I'm not going to talk about Mr. Trump too much. But it did kind of raise a question in my mind that actually, is this going to have a knock-on effect for the UK and other parts of the world? Because, let's be honest, when the US sneezes, the rest of the world catches the cold. So when he starts making moves like this, does that mean that we are going to follow suit? Are we going to suffer in any way? So I kind of started looking into this topic, but what's going to happen to the components as well, such as, you know, controllers, parts that we all buy for our bikes, companies that import different things from China to make components such as the batteries and things like that. Now, the UK, as far as I'm aware, are not putting any tariffs on imported goods from China or anywhere, as far as I understand. So we're not directly going to get any sort of increase. But having said that, the issue with America doing this can go one of two ways. Now, this applies to absolutely tons of different types of products, but as I ride e-bikes, let's talk about e-bikes and their components. So China will produce or mass produce hundreds of thousands of components for, say, Surron or, you know, Surron themselves. They're going to produce hundreds of thousands of different products and ship those all across the world. And the US being one of the major places that they are going to ship to. So that is going to take up a huge amount of their stock. So now what's going to happen is if the US stop importing as much into the country, then all these companies are just going to end up with a ton of surplus stock. Now, this can be an amazing thing. They've got all this extra stock. What are they going to do with it? They're going to want to get rid of it. And what that generally means is when you've overstocked, you then start selling for a cheaper price. You need to get rid of that stock to earn the money back that it's cost to produce it. They could just keep the prices exactly the same, which you wouldn't blame them for. You would still just get your bikes and components for the same price. Now, this is where the worry comes in, is once that stock has been depleted and they need to now start manufacturing for new stock. They are now not going to be manufacturing as much stock as they're not going to be exporting to the US. They don't need to make as many. And when you're not producing as many products or items, the cost of manufacture then goes up. That's where we have an issue. It's like anything. If you was to go to have one thing custom made, it will cost you a fortune. If you then produce all the tooling and a production line to produce hundreds of thousands of them, then obviously the cost of that is going to get significantly cheaper. Got to go and chase that Lambo. I'll tell you what, and of all the things going on in the world and all the cost of living crisis and all this worry about tariffs and pricing, and then you get something like this pulling in front of you, it just makes you think, what am I doing wrong in life? What an absolute machine. I'm gutted we're held up in a bit of traffic because I'd love to hear that thing roar. It sounded absolutely phenomenal when it just come past me. And if you're going to have a Lambo, you've got to have a green Lambo. That's lovely. Is he going to give it some? That's sick, maximum respect, that's so cool. Oh mate, I'm just going to stop talking for the next few minutes so we can listen to this thing. What a beast. What an animal. Lovely stuff, lovely. Unreal. So yeah, that's massively off topic, but you know, there is that kind of concern there that the lack of production is going to start pushing up costs of these components and bikes. Oh, just pull out, mate. Just pull out. No worries. Fucking twat. So I'm not going to go too political with this. You know, come on, it's all light-hearted. And what I really want to do today is talk about not just the political side and the cost of stuff, but generally, is now a really good time to buy an e-bike, especially in the UK, such as the Surron, Tariffs, and other high-powered e-bikes like that. And you've probably seen in the media, if you're in the UK, well, probably anywhere in the world, the police, and I said about this in my last video, the police are massively starting to clamp down on these things. It's getting ridiculous now. Every single day in my newsfeed, all I'm seeing is police forces seizing, crushing, and prosecuting riders for riding around on, you know, unregistered e-bikes. So it really does beg a question, you know, because they're becoming more and more popular. The police are getting hotter and hotter on the topic, and they really are starting now to take a lot of action against riders. I was watching on a feed this morning on social media, these were unregistered dirt bikes, and they've now got undercover dirt bikes patrolling streets. So you'd never notice police pulling up on you, and as soon as you stop at the lights, of course they're looking around for police cars or police motorbikes and stuff like that, and before you know it, you've got two just standard looking dirt bikes in front of you pulling you off your bike. And there's a massive argument there, and it all depends whether you ride these bikes or not. Some people are going to say, well, absolutely fair play, you shouldn't be riding around on the roads on unregistered bikes. I do see a lot on social media though about people sort of ripping around the countryside and things like that, and people saying, you know, let the kids have fun, you know, they've got nowhere to ride these things. Give them a safe space to ride, give them a safe space where they can legally enjoy their hobby that they love doing. This is the first time I've filtered since having the bike. And this probably goes on to another thing is, you know, if you do get one and you do register it, then what an absolute machine. You know, I've just probably saved there 10 minutes worth of sitting in traffic, which 100% goes in favour of why you should get one. So yeah, should you buy one? Depends on what model you're going to get and where you're going to be riding it. I am now a fully fledged converted believer in the road legal L1E Surron. I can't get enough of this thing. I absolutely love it. I love the fact that I can legally go out and ride. I have got absolutely no worries with the police pulling me over, seizing it, getting prosecuted, all of that stuff. And I know I'm not alone in this, because the amount of messages that I get on a daily basis now of people saying either they've watched the video that's massively helped them, you know, start the registration process to get their off-road Surrons legally registered on the road, and the other amount of people that will message me that potentially maybe haven't seen the YouTube video and have just seen, you know, some of my stories or an Instagram post of this bike on the road and stuff like that, and then people get in touch and just start asking the questions on how you've done it, just trying to help as many people as possible get through the process, get them registered and get them legally riding. And like I said in the last video, you know, we're spending thousands of pounds on these bikes. We really, really want to protect them and make sure that they are not going to get seized by the police. So having said that, again, I'm going to just put it up there and out there again, because I've had a ton of people message me, and this is crazy to think, but you know, they'll ask questions and they're they're offering me money for a service to try and get their bike road registered. I'm not looking to make any money out of this. I ride this bike and I do this YouTube stuff literally just for fun. I love these bikes and I love everything about it. So I'm not going to make money out of anyone at all. And if I can help you, you know, get your bike registered, then by all means drop me a message and I will do absolutely everything I can to help. Maybe that's where I'm missing a trick. Maybe I do need to start charging a fee, but no, I never would. The thing I love about this whole e-bike community, the Surrons and Solarias, and you know, every high-powered e-bike is the community. You know, flies just absolutely walloped into my nose. Yeah, the biggest thing about having one of these bikes is the community. When I bought this thing, I didn't know anyone that rode one. I knew absolutely nothing about these bikes, and it's only through speaking to people, meeting people who are like-minded that have, you know, helped me get to, you know, the bikes looking the way they are, the sponsorships that I've got, the friends that I ride with. I've had advice and I've been helped by so many people throughout all of this. So yeah, just trying to give back a little bit. If I can help you out, I absolutely will. And it's such a different experience riding one of these on the road to riding on the trails or riding on tracks and stuff like that. The things you see, the reactions you get from people is absolutely hilarious. I love it. But what I would say, if you are looking to buy one in the next couple of months or so, definitely have a look at the L1E, because you've got that option there. Don't get me wrong, you don't have to keep all the headlights on it and anything like that. I mean, that's one thing that really put me off the normal L1E. But yeah, it gives you that option then. You know, you can ride it off-road, you can take the plates off if you want to take the indicators off and stuff like that. But you'll have the documentation then to legally ride it on the road, which means you can insure it, which also then, you know, it just prevents from theft as well. Well, it doesn't prevent it, but massively helps. If it's in your garage, it's locked up, or wherever you want to keep the bike, if it is stolen, you're fully insured as well. So I'd definitely say, if you're looking to buy one in the near future, yeah, definitely consider the L1E. And talking about indicators and lights and stuff like that, just a little update, obviously, from the last video. I have now put fully working front and rear LED indicators on the bike. Like I said, in the daytime MOT, I didn't need to do this, but the beauty of the rear indicators as well is not only they're indicators, but they also triple up. They're an indicator for one. They are also rear lights, so I've got them on the whole time, even during the day. Rather be safe than sorry, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, they are also rear lights, and they are also brake lights as well. So I've got the whole hog now. Oh, there we go. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Love that as well. Sorry, I'm going to lose concentration a lot during this ride, because I've been riding for a week now, and it's still getting used to, you know, motorbikes, which I absolutely love. This motorbikes will always sort of give the nod. And I remember, you know, 20 years ago when I used to ride a moped, my God, you would not get a nod from a motorcycle rider. You were scum of the earth to them. So yeah, I find it quite interesting that how things have changed, you know, riding around on this. I've got the L plate on the front, and I still get a nod from motorcycles, so which is kind of nice. I actually got a comment the other day on the last video, and a chap was saying on there that, you know, he rides what he calls real motorcycles, and he said, you know, he would nod to, you know, other motorbikes, mopeds, e-bikes, e-scooters, stuff like that, because we all share the road. And I kind of really love that. You know, there's no, you know, hierarchy. It's just a fact, you know, we are all sharing the road, and we're actually all up against the exact same dangers. And predominantly just cars just not looking where they're going, basically. So yeah, I thought that was quite a nice comment. Like this guy here, no idea where he's going. Luckily he did look into his mirrors and saw me. Anyway, sorry, massively off topic. So my last and final conclusions on whether you should buy a Sur Ron Solaria or any kind of high powered e-bikes is 100%. Now is such an amazing time. We have got the summer just around the corner. As you can see, the weather in the UK is unbelievable now, although it is due to turn, of course. But yeah, it's just coming into summer, which is the absolute perfect time to get out riding. The community of e-bikes and such is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, so it's a great time to join. It's a great time to get a bike, and it's a great time to actually get a second-hand bike as well. We're going to go down here. Sorry, love, thank you. And I keep my ear in or my eye in on, you know, Facebook Marketplace and stuff like that all the time, and there's some fantastic deals to be had for second-hand Surrons and bikes like these. And for the sake of registering one for 55 quid and banging some insurance on it, you've got a fully road legal commuter, or, you know, just a bike for pleasure, a bike for fun. So yeah, 100% if you're considering it, then kind of let this be your sign. Go out, grab yourself one in time for summer. Muscled out. We got him easy. Go on, the wheelie boy. Don't know if that was kind of some motorbike sign, sticking his leg out. Anyway guys, I'm going to finish the video there. As always, thank you ever so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, please go ahead and hit that like button, and if you haven't done already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hugely appreciate the support. Thank you so much. If you do want any help registering your bike, then get in touch either in the comments or get in touch via my Instagram. I'll put it up on the screen now. Here he is. Let's get in front of him. Beat him. But yeah, cheers guys, and I will see you in the next one. Take it easy.